The abilities of a true runner cannot be judged by how fast he or she begins a race. The true results lie in the finish. The same is true for the life and career of J.W. Mashburn. Jesse William Mashburn was born in Seminole, Oklahoma on February 14, 1933, the first child of Dorothy and Barry Mashburn. Soon after he was born, the Mashburns moved to New Mexico, where J.W.'s father worked in the oil field. Even from an early age, his parents noticed a budding athlete in their little boy.
I think one of the fun things that his mother repeatedly said is that he started out running. He always ran. He didn't walk as a child.
Tragedy struck the family when Mashburn was only 15 and his father was killed in an oil field accident. The family moved back to Oklahoma and settled near Mashburn's mother's family in South Oklahoma City. At Capitol Hill High School, Mashburn's athletic prowess continued to shine. His speed helped him excel in other sports, and he lettered in football, basketball, and track 3 years in a row.
I ran against J.W., and the reason he would not remember me is because he never looked back to see me. Well, he never looked back to see too many people.
While still in high school, Mashburn set the world record in the 440-yard dash in 1951. That helped earn him a football scholarship to the University of Oklahoma, where head coach Bud Wilkinson had high hopes for the aptly named blonde bomber. In 1952, Mashburn landed a spot on the U.S. track team and planned to compete in the Olympic Games held in Helsinki, Finland.
He was supposed to run, and because he was so young, that the coach pulled him at the very last minute. I mean, it was a heartbreaker.
Mashburn returned to the States and recommitted himself to running. It was then that Coach Wilkinson realized Mashburn's passion and talent for running far outshined his desire to play football.
The coach, he said, kind of like a father would say, he said, "Jay, you are so good. You need to decide what you want to do." And he said, "Well, I want to run."
In 1953, Mashburn made the trip 80 miles north to Oklahoma A&M College to focus strictly on track. Under the guidance of Coach Higgins, Mashburn excelled both on the track and in the classroom.
Out of the chute they come in the 440-yard dash. J.W. Mashburn of Oklahoma Aggies is on the pole. He fights off Mike Larrabee of Southern California and holds the lead into the turn. J.W. Mashburn, Oklahoma Aggies' wonderful runner.
He was named an All-American in 1955 and 56, the same years he won the NCAA championship in the 400-meter dash. Both honors helped him land a spot on the 1956 U.S. Olympic track team, and this time, Mashburn would not return empty-handed. With the Aggie anchoring the team, USA brought home the gold in the 4x400-meter relay race.
You know, to be the best, absolutely best in the whole world at something, no questions about it, that's very, very special. So he'll always have an extraordinary place in the history of Oklahoma State athletics.
Mashburn was a member of Oklahoma A&M's final graduating class when he received his degree in physical education and health in 1957. It wasn't long after graduating that a friend set him up on a date with Connie Greenhaw.
My greatest memories are how spontaneous he was, and we were both working and both lived in apartments, and if we went out on a date and all of a sudden he would say, and this happened more than once, "You want to go to Vegas?" And we would.
After 2 years of dating and 3 years of engagement, the couple wed in 1963. By this time, Mashburn had given up on an unsuccessful stint in the used car business and gone to work for a local home builder named Melvin Hatley. It came as no surprise to Mashburn's friends and family that his competitiveness on the track carried over into his professional career. The Mashburn Land Investment Company was founded in 1960, primarily serving South Oklahoma City, the roots of Mashburn's success.
J.W. operates from a position of quiet strength. The rest of us go down there and beat on the table, get everybody riled up, and then when the dust settles, you know, J.W. just makes a couple of comments, and that solves the problem usually.
As with most businesses, there have been good times and bad, but Mashburn's quiet strength and steady leadership have helped his companies and his employees persevere.
One friend I talked to just the other day about J.W., they went through the 08 meltdown, and just at the worst possible time after a huge project was well underway, and but he just pointed out that how great it was to have a partner that had that kind of strength and confidence, and just kind of propped everybody else up and got everybody back on track.
Mashburn's home building and land development career has now spanned more than 4 decades. He has built more than 1,000 residential and commercial properties, all while helping to further the careers of others and better the community that allowed him to flourish as a teenager.
Well, the first time I met J.W. Mashburn, I was like probably a sophomore in high school, and he was in the building business, and I just got to know him a little bit. Mowed yards for him and picked up sites for him, and just got to know him over the years. I'd say that's probably the reason a lot of the South Side guys went to Oklahoma State back in the mid-60s is because of J.W. Mashburn. He was a legend at that time.
I think he's a real example of what's possible if you go to Oklahoma State, whether you're an athlete or a student, and that great things may lie ahead after you leave, get your degree.
Nothing means more to J.W. Mashburn than his family and friends. He and Connie recently celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary.
I think no greater honor a man can have. Somebody say, you know, he's a good dad, he's a good husband, he's a good man. And J.W. fits all of these things.
Together, the couple has 2 children and 8 grandchildren, 4 of whom have already graduated from OSU.
He looks at OSU as the kind of people I think that he feels like, because he always says to the kids, you know, the campus is so friendly.
Mashburn remains in OSU's embrace some 61 years after transferring. He is an active member and former Alumni Association board chairman, and remains a passionate fan of OSU athletics. For his athletic achievements, Mashburn has been honored with induction into the OSU Athletics Hall of Honor and the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame. He was also named Oklahoma Track Athlete of the Century. In the community, Mashburn is a past president and active member of the Central Oklahoma Home Builders Association. He has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote South Oklahoma City, and was the first member of the South Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce to receive the Native Son of Oklahoma Award. For all of his accomplishments, Mashburn remains a humble man who still works 7 days a week, providing for his family, strengthening his community, and serving as a friend to countless individuals near and far.
It's a fitting honor to be in any Hall of Fame. I don't think you could have found a better person to put in the Alumni Association Hall of Fame. And congratulations to J.W. and his family for this well-deserved honor.
I can only imagine how J.W. feels tonight. And as I said, the older you get, sometimes and you think people have forgotten, to be suddenly singled out, brought to a place like this, a magic place, and to be honored by a place that you have loved and has poured its life into you. You in turn have tried to pour your life back into your university. Nobody's done that better than J.W. Mashburn.
A distinguished life and career worthy of gold. J.W. Mashburn, 2014 Oklahoma State University Hall of Fame.